something huge is happening in the collective right now. I have just read 3 posts on Facebook that have activated my divine feminine in a very embodied way. And I am on fire. I am feeling very orgasmic, and it's been activated actually by 3 posts today. One was a post, a meme that I shared. One was a post that Ryan Basford has shared, which I'm actually going to be doing an interview with him, hopefully in the next week or so. And it said, for those saying you want to spread love in this time, research is love, speaking the truth is love, standing up for your rights is love, having the hard conversations is love, and shining your light on all of the darkness is love. And then I read a post with Coco. Coco, are you there, sweetheart? Let me know if you're there, because Coco's going to come on to the camera. If I can find her. Are you there, Coco? Let's get you on here. Guest requests, allow speakers, yeah. So, yeah, hopefully she's going to be there in a minute. Coco just put a post on Facebook. And what she did was she activated something in me that was very orgasmic. Right, can you ask to come on to camera? There we go. Let's see if I can get her on. There we go. Add. Okay, hopefully this is going to work, guys. Because Coco and I, on our own, are pretty, what can I say? Pretty in touch with the divine feminine and all that she is. Hello, gorgeous, beautiful.
Hello. It's all kicking off.
We are on fire, sister.
I swear this morning, it's like I had to write that post. I was in the middle of doing something else, and it was like this fire was under me, and it was like, no, it needs to be said now. And so when I wrote it, it was almost like the fire was so intense that I had to rewrite it again, because it's like, no, because as leaders we have a responsibility not to blow everyone's nervous system out. And so I kind of combed through it and said, what is the deeper truth? And that's
but
exactly
what happened, Coco, was that the words that were not spoken,
well, exactly, the vibration
have
of it was
activated us.
still there. It's activated a lot of people, because it was like just one after the other in my inbox, like saying, and then you messaged me going, oh my god, it's just activated me. So yeah, so we're here now just to talk about all the things around this shift that's happening right now.
Yeah, and it's
women.
huge, and we can feel it, and we want to give voice to it. I mean, I wanted to give movement, and you know, like I won't say anymore because I've just said all of it to you just now. So I'm just going to hand over to you to just share where you're at right now, Coco, because something huge is happening in the collective that is not being spoken.
Well, for me, this thing that was moving through me was just pure, intense feminine energy, because it's like we've played in the field now with, as I call it, it's almost like a watered down version of the feminine that's been in embodiment practices and things, and we're all like yearning for this deeper truth. I mean, you said it to me, just this sense of activation that was like on fire. And it's like this burning voice of, we need to break through this weird, distorted, collective mess. And it's not just in the normal, what we call everyday life. It's mainly in the spiritual communities, because it's like, it's so distorted at the minute. And just the name calling and just these weird labels that we put on everybody. It's like, have you forgotten that we are souls, for one, and spiritual beings, and we've come here for a mission, not to be name calling and calling each other out, but to actually activate the collective into an opening and an awakening. And we're not going to do that by having these weird distorted labels that we've been putting on on like what we consider as outsiders, because on a soul level, we all came to play the game.
Yeah.
We all
I've really
came to
noticed, I have actually noticed a lot of the spiritual community are really name calling others in the spiritual community,
yeah.
and actually making themselves look like just the people they're talking about, you know.
So, exactly, and this is the thing that's happened. It's gone from let's call the people outside the community names to let's like backstab in the community. And so it's like, oh right, so you really don't want to look at your shit. It's like you really want to project all this onto in the community now. So it's like it's just honestly, it's been burning in me for a few days now, and it like today I just thought it needs to break. It needs to break up and come, because like you said, we're turning, or the community is turning into the very thing that they're saying they don't want it to become, but they're becoming. It's like a self-fulfilling prophecy.
It's like imploding. It's like everything is imploding. And it's like there's no hiding anymore. It's like whatever anyone is saying or doing, we've got to put it back in.
But what's happening, why it's happening so quick, is because we've like you said, we're expanding so much, and we're energetically changing so much that it's like we get immediate feedback.
Yeah, absolutely.
Immediate feedback. If we put something negative out there, we get immediate feedback. And for me, it was like some of the things that I took out of that message today was about the fact that who do you think's creating this collective like distortion? It's the vibration of your voice, our voices, our frequency. And it's like, if we chat shit, we're going to create shit. But then we'll go and turn around and say, oh, it's them over there. And it's like, we are such powerful creators that everything now, as we evolve into this higher state of consciousness, has an impact. And we have to be responsible, and we have to know how to move it through the body. We can't just, it's almost like, so we have to learn about expanding our capacity to hold, and we have to learn about expanding our ability to have this frequency of feminine that's coming through in a more intense way, in a much deeper way, and to be able to hold it so we can say these powerful messages that we've got without one blowing ourselves out or blowing like the community and causing chaos within ourselves. Because you know, and I know you're feeling it now, this like fountain of like orgasmic
it's so orgasmic. It's so orgasmic. And you know, I just said to you, I had to call you, and I just said to you, like, I am feeling so much that I'm noticing the part of me that is just keeping small and just doing the things within my little world, whether it's, you know, whatever I'm doing. But actually what I really want to do now is be held in a heart circle, in a space with other conscious people where I can fully express all of what's moving in me right now. But as you say, the nervous system has to be able to hold that. And I know that my capacity is so much bigger than most people's, to hold every ounce of that spectrum. And I feel like I want to jump into it and just explode. And it is orgasmic. And you know, and just throw this in, next Sunday, you are, myself and two other amazing women are going to have a whole conversation on orgasmic energy. And you know, to be able to sort of tap into that, I believe the more that we can talk about this and let women and men know that if we don't acknowledge what we're feeling right now, and instead go out and just do the things in life that are just keeping us small, if we don't allow ourselves to fully feel all that's moving in us, we're not going to get anywhere. We've got to really be aware of exactly the truth of what we're feeling, you know. I'm struggling to even feel the words, because I feel like I just want to fucking move and breathe and it's really...
Exactly, it's like it wants to roar out of But this is the thing, it's like we cannot be on this path anymore of saying we're ascending. It's not, we've done that. we're descending into the body. And to be able to do that, we need to feel, so that we can feel every single crevice. I mean, I've been on such a journey in the last few months. I've touched places in myself I thought, holy shit, where was that stored? Because until we kind of go into that core, whether it's core wounding, we can't feel the core of this power that wants to come through. All of it, like you said, it's a full spectrum, and we cannot avoid it anymore. So one of the things that I'm currently wanting to bear is that it's like in 3 stages. So it's initially, it may seem really tame, but it's about being able to feel the subtle sensations in every single organ of the body, and in an embodied way, so you can feel it and really connect how your body, organs, nervous system, energetic system all connect. And it's like mapping the journey of soul into the body, so that again you can feel the essence of your soul and create space for your soul essence to take up room in your body, because this is what's happening now, the deeper essence of soul. And then as a add-on to that, for women, it's really diving into the aspect of pussy power, because again, we are sitting on a mountain of power, and this is what we didn't come to be birthed in a female body for no reason. There's a reason. And it's like, you can feel it in the collective. Even the women in Iran are like, enough is enough, because it's like, we need to crack through this. So it's like, again, really feeling into, tapping into what that actually means in an embodied, everyday lived experience, so that we can be switched on all the time.
You know, right now, Coco, right now, my yoni is tingling. My yoni is tingling. My skin is tingling. My eyes want to cry. Like, I have got such a huge range of emotion in me right now as you activate through those words.
And this is the thing, I've had to learn to hold this, because it's so activating. It will touch every single emotion, every single part of you in your body. And it's like, I know people go, when are you going to bring some out? When are you? And it's like, I've had to learn to hold this so that I can hold others in this space. Because it's intense, and it's like, and my ears are ringing at me. It's like,
I can't wait. I can't wait till you're out there doing it, you know, because oh god.
Yeah, I mean, the women that have contacted me, and it was like sparked today more so, because it was like, okay, this is the thing. Because it's like, I've been sitting with, who is it for? And it was just going to be put out, and it's like, no, this is for women who have got a big message to give.
Yeah.
That have got big systems that are ready to kind of just understand how to hold the capacity of their full kind of essence. And so I feel like I got so much clarity today from people just messaging me today about that post was so activating for the deeper thing. And so I'm like, wow. It's like, next month is like my birthday month, and I'm getting things in order and having some downtime for myself. And then come November, it's like we're on it, because the feminine's calling in a more profound, deeper way than. And it's like, even when I'm speaking now, it's like I'm trying to hold myself so I don't go into full orgasm.
I've handed this.
It's like, whoa. It's like some generators being switched on. And it's like, I know you can feel it. Everyone around me is like, okay, what juice are you on?
Look, we can't have these conversations, or I can't have these conversations with most people, because the thing is, most women, sadly, are not tuned into this frequency.
Well, this is the thing. For me now, it's like, we cannot, and I will state cannot, do our full embodied work in the world without connecting to our pussies. It is impossible. It is not a portal for pleasure, it's a portal for power.
It is.
And until we get that,
and that portal
it's never going to
power,
happen.
that pleasure is infinitely part of it, but it's not it.
It's not it.
It's not it, because it's like, it's a little bit like when you eat healthily, right, you lose weight by default, right? Or when you get enough sleep, and when you're happy, and when you're tuned into your purpose, your eyes sparkle. It's like, I'm not gonna make my eyes sparkle by putting drops in and putting filters on. My eyes are going to sparkle when I'm tuned into that energy. And this is what, or this is, I guess, how I'm perceiving this message right now, is how can we support women in tuning into that frequency where by default they're feeling expanded, they're feeling alive, they're feeling orgasmic.
But that's part of it, because the other side of that is when we touch those places, we're also
you don't mean physically touch, let's just be clear.
Yeah, energetically touch, yeah. You know about what I'm talking about.
No,
yeah, when we go into those spaces, it also stirs up so much of what we've been holding and not feeling. So it's like the work isn't just about pleasure, it's about feeling the depth of emotion, the full range of emotion of who you are, and most don't want to do that.
all
And
of that.
it's like, you can't do that. It's not possible. There's an excavation that has to happen. It's like digging for the gold. It's like there's work to be done around that. And so much of what's happened in the feminine empowerment world is that we've gone to the pleasure side without understanding that there's another side.
I couldn't agree more.
And it's like now it's time for both to meet together.
I love it, darling. I absolutely love this. And if anyone listens to this as a replay, if you're with us live, just say hi, please. And if anyone's listening to the replay, please put hashtag replay, because Coco and I are going to be doing a whole recording next week with Shakti Sundari and Tanya Diamond. We're going to do a whole talk on Zoom, which will go onto YouTube, on orgasmic energy. And I feel like it's a really important topic. It is so on point, everything you've said, Coco. There's something massive happening in the collective right now.
Yeah. And everything that's like distorted now in the spiritual world, the feminine embodiment world, in like just that sphere of spirituality, it's like it's cracking open now to reveal the deeper truth. And it's like we need to be in our full sense to move through that.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like we're just coming down from that incredible orgasmic energy, and and I just want to take a breath in.
Yeah, just breathe it in. Just breathe it in. Oh.
Yeah. I really want to be involved in more of this, and I haven't actually held a heart circle for about a year now, and it's my longing to sit in circle with some really amazing conscious men and women where we can just, you know, express whatever's coming up. And this is from a selfish point of view, of course. But yeah, I no, this does need to come up, because there's this really weird energy on the planet right now. And I think, you know, if both of you and I and everyone else who's on this path is just really stepping into more truth, into more expansion, into more trusting in the process, you know, it's about really kind of stepping forward, stepping into that, you know, another layer of expansion, and just trusting in the process, and having the courage just to be sitting in it and breathing it in and acknowledging it, you know. And then from that place we can
sorry,
I'm just rambling.
Oh no, it's fine. But there's something definitely in the collective today, because honestly, I think what happened then in the last half an hour was like mega, as in every single one said the same thing around this energy that's wanting to come through and wanting to understand the capacity to hold it. And so it was just like Yeah,
Absolutely.
it's the pot's being stirred.
And if anyone listening to this has been activated, which I'm sure you
Yeah.
will, go and put a piece of music on and go and move and dance as if no one is watching. And let
Let it
yourself
out. Let
connect
it
to
move.
that part of you that maybe we haven't even spoken, but something in you will have been activated, as it was with both Coco and myself just now. Something big is in the collective today, and it feels like it feels like it feels like the birthing canal, but it also feels like the contractions. It feels like big waves of contraction. That is like either go with it, don't resist it. Like don't resist it. That's what's coming through with me. Don't resist. Let yourself
Yeah.
express. Allow yourself to express,
Mm.
and we can move through this much more easily and effortlessly.
Yeah. I feel like we're at the beginning of a very exciting spiral. That's just how it's like we've just completed a phase, and some things woke up today, and I'm excited to see what unfolds for everyone. Actually,
Absolutely. And within, within each contraction is a whole world, is a whole journey, is a whole, within every space is this whole massive opportunity for new life. And yet within itself it is complete, but we have to keep on moving. We can't stop and get stuck where we're at. We've got to go. We've got to move. We've got to move as a wholeness, a completeness within each moment. And it's the fear that's stopping people. It's the fear. It's the contraction, actually, that's stopping people from expanding and moving. So the contraction is a good thing if it's moving. I don't know where this is coming from, but it's a bit like when we're having a shit. we need that movement to move forwards. But within each movement, there is a stillness, and it's actually allowing the whole of it. So noticing when we're knocking other people or putting other spiritual teachers down or whatever, really that's not allowing the wholeness of what's happening to happen, because we're actually causing it to get stuck. I don't know if I'm making any sense.
No, you are to me, because
these are
what's
words
happening
that are
is,
just...
as we're moving into this new phase, it's almost like you have to go into the core of your being so that you can be birthed into something new. And what's happening is there's almost like a friction happening, where rather than, like you said, go through the birth canal, some are staying where they are, causing friction between themselves in the fraction. And then it's like it's just this perpetual thing. And it's like those that are feeling this bigger kind of buzz, it's like, no, we're ready to crack this, to move through. And so it's like, if we're feeling that, then it's time. And then, because it may look like to some that there's more chaos and more distortion, but I know you can feel that we're breaking through something and we're coming into unity, like together, and
really
moving in that way. And so it's like there'll be these two different feels, those that haven't quite broken through yet and causing the friction, like you said, the name calling, the putting on the labels, because it's like they have to look at those like final bits of themselves on this level to be able to go through to the next kind of spiral. And so I just feel that today just proved there's so many that are feeling this rumble, and it's time, basically.
And so it is.
Love you.
I love you. I feel like we've just had this wonderful explosion, and now my friend's here and I'm popping out.
Oh, amazing. Perfect time.
I love you.
But if I don't speak to you before, see you next Sunday.
Definitely. Lots of love, darling. And anyone listening, I hope that might have touched something in you.
Oh, bye.
Big love. Bye. Bye.